do. I do have those. What? I have 2 tech guys now, and they both suck.
I got it.
I know I'm not. Hey, you know what? You're not getting paid from anyone, so I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you're not getting paid at all. So you do your own job for free, and you're doing this job for free. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's audio on your end.
Pacific Northwest. So it's just the region that I'm in. I'm making fun of one of my buddies that's in the Coast Guard because they're not getting paid right now. So he's just here. Yeah, it is a better way to spend your time, so you should be happy. Anyway, sorry. What year was I made? That is like the most... I think that's probably like the best way that I've ever heard that phrased, and I think I'm gonna start using that from now on. I guess I was probably made in 1990, but I was born in 91. God. So actually, I have a photo somewhere of about 13, and I wanted to be in the Army, which is hilarious because that leads so well into what I do now, and that's pretty much all I wanted to do growing up. Is I wanted to be, the Army soldier, the Army guy, and I had all kinds of Army men, and airsoft guns, and Nerf guns, and the camos, and I was always doing like these huge like Nerf gun wars and battles with all my friends in middle school. I believe middle school was 13, right? Oh, okay, that's right. I want to say that's middle school time frame if I'm thinking correctly. But yeah, I had all these like Nerf gun wars when I was in that time, which is hilarious because now I'm LARPing in pretty much the same way, just not Nerf guns. Now I send Nerf guns to people. I don't think I have Nerf guns anyway. Usually I have Nerf guns around here. Nerf guns are fun. It doesn't. You know what? I know where there is one. I'm not going to grab it though. But I know where there is one. Yeah. A radio. Can I get the? Wait, no. Do either of you know where my revolver Nerf gun is?
Yes. I'll grab it.
It's so cool. It's a Nerf gun revolver, but it has 2 cylinders, and you press a bottom button, and it revolves the cylinders. It's cooler than it needs to be. See it? I just had so many family members in the Army say it has 2 cylinders, right? And then it... yeah, it's just cooler than it needs to be. Yeah, I just had a lot of family members that were in the military, and then I think that's like the average thing that any boy is into, though, isn't it? Like, isn't that just kind of like a common thing? Of you want to be in the military, you're like drawn towards violence and explosions and cool things, and like that's just like I want to be a man. Isn't that like normal for the most part? No, there was recently going off on a tangent. My wife was asking me about this. We were out barbecuing with some of her family and family friends, and she was like her and like a couple other women. They were asking like oh, well, this. I'm gonna say he was 15. They're like, oh, he's so obsessed with knives. He's so obsessed with guns. Like, wasn't that weird? Like, no. Like, why? What else would you rather he be obsessed over? Like, isn't that like kind of like the go-to thing? Like, yeah, knives and explosions and guns and cars and like, yeah, he's a boy. Yep. No, that was something that like I did terribly in school. I hated school just for the life of me. I couldn't sit down. I didn't want to just sit there and be in a box and like write and read and like because what school's what 8-9 hours a day, something like that. And it's like who, what boy? I mean, hell, what any child wants to do that? And why would you think that any child wants to do that? And just sit there and get ready for it. And I forget the exact quote. I believe it was one of the Rothschilds that said it. But it was school is not meant to create thinkers. It's meant to create factory workers. And that's like that was the only reason for school is to just get people ready for the workforce, to work a 9 to 5. It's like so knowing that now, I'm just like, well, no wonder it's so bad in school. I do. Age brackets that I don't talk about on social media. Yeah, no, I didn't. I had dial-up until I was in high school, actually. I think it's the biggest thing is just that everyone has a cell phone now. And it's hard to like say otherwise, because I'm kind of being a hypocrite of clearly I'm on a phone all the time. I'm like, you guys see me on Twitter, clearly I'm on a phone all the time. But it is also part of my job. It's also marketing. It's also engaging with my audience, and I make a paycheck for that. And then when I'm not on Twitter, I'm living my life and I have friends all around me. And I was at a football game over the weekend, and the amount of kids that were there that were on cell phones and on tablets, and like kids under the age of 10 that were on cell phones and tablets, and that is absolutely terrible to see. Oh, is this echoing? Oh, there's two audio sources on right now? Well, that's fantastic. Anyway, it's incredible how many kids are just like constantly on a cell phone. And it's like, and I can't hate too much, because I do have video game tattoos. I spent way too much of my time in my 20s playing video games. But also when you're in the Army, if you're not training, you're usually playing video games. That was kind of like the average culture. But now I'm just rambling.
Well, what I feel the context is important, like there's a difference between if you're like a farmer working outside, and then when you get home finally at 8 p.m. you go play video games, like that's significantly different than having an office job that you probably hate, and then go home and play video games.
Now you would think so, but and it might just because Twitter is Twitter and they're just going to hate regardless. But it's hilarious, like getting hate for having like a video game LAN party with all of my friends, and there's like clearly there's like 8 people here and we're all connected to screens, and it's like, okay, well we're now doing this and we just got back from the mountains, and we just spent the last 2 days hiking and shooting and rucking and all that, and it's comical, like social media, they're like, oh, well, you guys are just a bunch of nerds and you're just a bunch of LARPers. And I'm like, okay. But on the flip side, how many people are doing nothing? It's a lot. I guess I am now. And the never kill yourself guy, and now the rooster guy, apparently. I'm just collecting tags, man. It's just one tag after another. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. It depends, but yeah. So I've been hosting open events since 2019. And actually, if anyone's in my area, we're doing another one on the 15th of November. This one's going to be Lord of the Rings themed. So it's going to be swords and axes and bows and cloaks and capes and all that. I'm bringing a Romanian cape, and then I have a cavalry saber that I'm going to be rocking. I realize it's not Lord of the Rings themed, but it's the sword that I want to bring. Well, so I ruck pretty much like every other week, if not every week. But the 20-mile rucks, as of late, we've had like one designated route, which I'm really hoping by November 15th that it hasn't snowed too much, which we haven't talked about yet, and we need an alternate route. Anyway, we're usually pretty high elevation, and we might have to change the destination for one of our last rucks, or one of our normal rucks that we've been using most of the summer, because we'll start at a lower elevation, and then we'll go up to a top of a mountain, and it's just this gorgeous view, and that's usually our turnaround point. We have a fallout truck. We have a couple of fat guys that'll rotate out who's driving and who's rucking, so they at least get like some miles in. And they'll cook breakfast for us. So we'll get to our turnaround point. We'll usually sleep for like maybe 3-4 hours or so, and then we'll wake up usually with the sun. The last time we brought out a couple roosters with us, and so we were hiking with the roosters. And then as the sun came up, all the roosters are crowing and whatnot, which was a cool vibe, and it's also like a wake up time kind of thing. And then we had breakfast, and then we'll go back downhill. So like the first half of the ruck, so it's 10 miles in, 10 miles out. The first half of the ruck is definitely, it's worse and it's harder, but you're also rucking at night, so it's a lot cooler and I guess kind of easier to do rucking uphill at night versus, by the time we actually get back downhill, it's usually like, I don't know, midday or so. So in the summertime, it starts getting a lot hotter. So. But then again, we're in Washington State, so the heat's not as bad as other places. But if you've been here for a while, then you're acclimated to the environment.
Now, one of the big, so for everyone listening, like PNW has the funniest Telegram group, which has like 1,000 members, by the way.
I think no, we're almost at 10,000 now.
Yeah, thousands.
I think we're almost at 10,000.
I want to talk for a second about the excuses that you always give.
Oh my goodness.
Right, okay, give it to me. Like that face, give it to me.
I mean, well, hold on. What have you seen so far, and then I can go further. Like, because I know that you've seen some, because you've been lurking in the chat for a few months now.
Right. So the main thing is, or like one that to me stands out is I have no one to train with, and always some version of if then. So if the weather gets better, then if it gets cooler, then if it gets warmer, then if I'm fitter, then.
Yep. No, that's a huge one of people saying, "Oh, I'm not in good enough shape yet." When I'm in better shape, then I'll start coming out. And it's like, will you though? Will you though? Give me pause 1 second. Ian, could you zoom in more on me? Like this. I don't think everybody needs to be looking at my crotch. Even though that's the vibe lately for some fucking reason. Did you see the did you see the photos from that Halloween party that I went to? Damn it, woman.
This is streaming off of one.
I know it's the same everywhere, but I'll send Elvin, like my husband, he's super muscular, right? I'll be sending from angles to all my girls. I'm like, yeah, look at this. And they're like, oh yeah, super muscular. So same everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, so back to what we were talking about of excuses. I would say probably I think the worst excuse that I get is It's well, no, I wouldn't say the worst excuse. I'd say that the worst thing is that so many people usually wind up bailing out, like a couple hours before. You guys are so good at this. You guys are. Don't leave the site. What are you doing? You guys are so bad at this. It's comical. Okay. You know what? Just don't touch it. Just don't touch it. Just don't touch it. Good Lord. No, I'd say the biggest excuse is guys saying that they're not in shape enough yet. That's probably the worst excuse, the most egregious excuse. I'd say the worst one I've heard yet though is a lot of times it's like guys with kids. That's like the worst excuses. There was one guy, he came out to PT and he was out for like maybe 10-15 minutes. We did a couple of exercises. And he was like, "Oh, sorry, I'm not in shape enough for this yet. I really want to hold my kids tonight, so I gotta leave." And we're like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, I don't want to, exert myself too much, and then I can't pick up my kids tonight." And it's like, what? Like of all the reasons, another one that was wild was a guy saying that his son was teething, so he couldn't come out. And it's just like, what does that have to do with anything? I mean, like, I would say like the biggest thing for me is that like if you can't come out to a ruck, if you can't come out and work out with us, like just say you don't want to. Like it's that easy. Like I have a couple of guys that I train with regularly, and they're just like, "Hey man, I'll be real, I'm not feeling it this weekend." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And it's that easy. Of just, I'm not vibing it. Like there was one of the guys that I train with every week. There was a couple months ago where he's like, "You know what, bud? I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna sit on my ass this weekend, and I'm not gonna do anything. And that's my plans." He's like, "I'm not coming out with you guys." I'm like, "You know what? That's fair." Yeah, that was crispy. Yeah, it was crispy. He's like, "I'm just gonna nap. I don't want to." I'm like, all right, fair enough.
Have you ever been fat?
Have I ever been fat? I don't know. I've been chubby. Never been like fat though. I've been like, yeah. I think the heaviest that I ever was, I was actually on steroids. Don't recommend doing steroids, by the way. Don't recommend that at all. I can't. Yeah. Yeah, no, the heaviest I ever was, I got like to like 225 pounds, which I realized that's not really like that heavy, but like for me, I felt very slow. And like that's the heaviest that I've ever been ever. So I guess no, I've never been fat. I've definitely been like out of shape, but I've never been like fat.
I mean, you can be thin and out of shape, right?
Actually, you know what? I'd probably say that like that's the weakest dudes that come out and train with us. It's usually skinny guys actually. Oh yeah, no. Well, because you got to think about it. Like the majority of like fat people, right? I mean, like they do have a lot of muscle underneath. I mean, you have to have a lot of muscle underneath to move all of that fat. So a lot of fat people, what they don't realize is that they have so much reserve power. They have so much that their body can take from because they have all that fat. And they have so much that can be taken from, and fat people can push so much farther than they think they can. Astronaut. We had a dude come out, and he wasn't like obese, but he was fat, and it was his first time that he'd ever walked more than 5 miles, and he did the entire 20-mile ruck, and he just had a smile on his face the whole time. His feet were all eat up, but he just had a smile on his face the whole time, and we wound up calling him Mom. Because like every time that we stopped, he like pulled out of his backpack that he had just like this just assortment of snacks for everyone. He's just like, "Would you like a snack? Would you like a snack? Would you like a snack?" And it's just like, "Mom, you stop." And yeah, I'd say little side tangent. If you ever want to be like liked, if you ever want to like get in with a group of people, just be the guy that has snacks. Because immediately, everyone's going to love you because you have snacks. And it's like, it's such an easy cheat code. Just show up with snacks, bro.
Well, I think, like, so because you publicly fat shame, and I think you should keep doing that. I think you should I don't know what real sergeants do. I'm just like I only have the TV reference, right?
No, it's the TV reference actually isn't that far off.
I believe you, but like you're such a wholesome person. You actively support people when they get on a better self-betterment journey, when they start losing weight, when they start getting fitter, when they start anything, right? Like you're such a person that's full of life.
I'm just gonna make fun of you, but like it's in like it's all in good. It's in good fun. You know, it's like, yeah, I know you should lose weight. You should stop being a fatty piece of shit. But like, I mean that out of love. And no, I think a lot of people get me twisted there. So many people get me twisted. Ian, would you stop doing whatever you're doing?
What I do?
That's there's like the Windows noise is like constantly going in my ear. I don't know how many times I've heard the Windows bring. Like, just whatever you're doing, just stop doing that.
You want to know what's going on? YouTube doesn't have her audio.
YouTube doesn't have her audio?
No.
God damn it, dude. We're so good at this.
You haven't had her audio the entire time.
YouTube hasn't had her audio the entire time. Has,
Fucking know how. It should be going through the window capture, but it's not.
okay, just keep going. I'm gonna... I guess I should actually watch the my comments. Where all are you streaming again? Where all are you streaming?
I'm on the YouTube and the Twitter.
Okay.
Hearing like audio out of his headset.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I should have been like actually checking my own chat. That probably would have been a good idea, huh? Well, you know what, everybody? She asks me a question, and then you guys can hear my response. Okay, so you guys can just be happy. All right. Good Lord. Also, you spelled gorilla wrong. Whoever put PNWGuerrilla right there.
That's on your end.
Oh, well, that's spelt wrong. What? Yeah, well, that's because we've had like 4 different people working on the setup instead of like one person getting it dialed. Okay. We are in our infancy doing streams and stuff. Yeah, no, we're definitely...
If you hear my dogs go berserk right now, I'll correct them. Like that's part of life. Again, be good.
No, she has her mic turned on. Wait, can you check your comments? Can your people hear you? Okay. Okay, well, her people can hear her. It's just our people can't hear her. Is it cause our followers are a bunch of incels and they can't hear a woman?
I wasn't set up to like stream to whatever platform she's on, because it's a new platform to us now. So I have to figure out how to input it into our thing.
Oh well, you know, I guess it'd be like that. See, this is why I'm excited to get invited to other people's podcasts and be there in person, and I don't have to deal with the tech.
Okay, can she just talk?
You are being asked to talk so radio can kind of try and figure this out. Wait, hold on. Can people hear her, just barely hear her?
Yeah, through your headphones.
Oh, people can hear her through my headphones. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, good Lord. You know what? There's only 34 people watching mine anyway, so who cares? Okay. Please continue.
So you're like one of the most controversial events like Twitter corner, and I never understand why.
It'll end up outputting here.
Why are you so hated?
Um.
And people come up with the weirdest shit about you too. Like
Oh yeah, you're talking about like the Fed rumors.
the bed, the girlfriend, what more? The whole like women, like so incorrect, out of context, and full of filthy lies.
I think it's just because well, I want to like give like a good reason to it. But honestly, like it's been like this since I was in high school. of, you know, I'm like that, and I remember like vividly in high school, like one of my friend groups that I was in, they were saying that, kind of like in like RPG video games, of like I'm like the tank that like draws all of the aggression and all the aggro so everyone else can have a good time. Like, I just draw all the hate. And man, that's how I've always been, like my entire life. It's just been like you either hate me or you love me, and that's just how it is. And it's fascinating, and I think that it's probably just because I'm so passionate about like everything that I do and everything that I say and everywhere that I'm at. I'm just extremely passionate, even if I'm wrong. And I don't know, man. It's like people are just scared to be passionate about anything. People don't want to be lively about things, you know. And it could be even. And I want to say that, like, you know, I want to blame like the COVID-19 pandemic, but even that's not true because, I mean, like, I've been dealing with this shit since before the COVID-19 pandemic. But yeah, no, it's fascinating how many rumors are out there about me with just zero proof whatsoever. And I'm like, look, man, you could just say that I'm a douchebag and you don't like me, and that'd be true. That'd be a fact. Like, yes, I am an asshole, and you don't like me, and yes, that is a factual thing, and you can say that. But just like making up things with like no proof, no like backing, just a hey, I heard it once. You should believe me because I heard it once. Like that's just it's. I'd say it's less wild that people are saying it. Like people talk rumors. People are always going to talk rumors. I think it's more wild how many people believe these rumors with just, oh, I heard it somewhere once. Believe me, bro. That's more.
Honestly, so I'm not sure if people are afraid to be passionate because I think most people don't have passion, which is probably the biggest
No,
problem
he's
to
hearing
begin
this
with.
direct feedback
Um,
through that.
and you have built yourself to really large success, right?
So
You have a
they're going to
successful
Zoom
company
meeting
that you built.
and some input.
You are outspoken about your opinions, which is so what's so weird about these gossip rules. It's like you can just hate you for the things you actually believe and stand for. You don't have to make shit up.
Oh yeah, no, there's more than enough to hate on. More than enough.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's not enough though. We gotta make up more things. No, and I think that might be something that like gives me credit even, of like people, the amount of like bullshit that's out there, the amount of like BS that's out there, then it like somehow that winds up playing to my credit. Or maybe I'm reading into this and I don't know.
Well, it's not like
What he's hearing is
what's up?
what I thought was
Do
the
you wanna clear up any gossip? By the way, you don't have to. Like you don't start trying to.
Sure, I've talked about everything in the past, and I have no issue talking about it before. What specifically would you like to know?
Oh my god. Well, again, I know. Like, so that no women are allowed because you hang out for a reason.
So it was not that no women aren't allowed at my rucks. It was that I don't want single women at my rucks without a male chaperone from their own lives, because this is an open ruck. I don't know the vast majority of people that are coming to these rucks. So it's yes, someone could show up that does want to rape one of these women, and I wouldn't be there to prevent it. And then I saw a bunch of people saying that, oh, well, if you're hosting this event, then you should be able to protect everyone there. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, cool, awesome. Yeah, it's a free event that anyone can come out to. And the biggest thing that I put that rule in place is that there was another guy in the Pacific Northwest that was hosting open events, and he got a false SA claim on him, and his events completely went away, and he had to stop hosting events because some chick decided to say that he raped her, And, no clue if it's true, no clue if it's fake, but like that essentially ended his fucking career. Like, and that's it. So, people getting mad at me about that. It's like, okay, awesome. You can be mad at me for not wanting to be around single women. And you know what happens is I'm not going to get a false rape charge. So even if women now hate me, and even now if all the transgender crowd hates me and don't want to be around me, okay, well, you know what? At least I'm not going to get a false rape charge from these people. So, and once again, if a woman does want to come out and rock with us, just bring your husband, bring your boyfriend, bring your brother. Like, bring a man from your life that is going to be with you the entire ruck and will protect you, and then it's fine. It's not a problem. It's no different than in real life. And you know what? Hot take, okay? I would say in an ideal society, a woman would never have to be alone ever. In an ideal society, a woman would always have a man from her life right there with her to protect her. Now, I've gone down that rabbit hole as well, and I don't know how many women I've said, "Oh, so you're saying that women are weaker than men?" Yes, that is exact.
I need every fucking woman who's listening right now and like getting her fucking panties in a twist. Yes, women are significant. All women are weaker than men. All of them.
Yep. No, and the amount of women that went down this like feminist rabbit hole of telling me that like I'm this awful and evil person and that I hang around with rapists and that I want women to be raped, and I'm like, whoa. How the fuck are we taking it that direction? It is literally the exact opposite. It is the exact opposite. And then, all these women were saying like, oh, this is just the He-Man no women club. And I'm like, okay, sure. If we want to take it that direction, fine. I'm fine with that. And like the women that were getting mad at me about that anyway, were not women that were going to come out and ruck with me. Like,
It's so funny because I organize events with like different angles of life, and it's all women, and I have a similar rule that no, like men cannot just come. Like your husband can pull up, but he's only gonna be with you because the dynamics, the conversations, and everything changes.
yep.
When they're single opposite sex people, like around women, all the women start to talk a pitch higher, they get a little bit more giggly, and everyone is all of a sudden a little bit more chaotic. And I come from a male-dominated industry. I'm from the motorcycle industry. The moment there's a single woman, things start to be a little bit different.
Yeah, no, the dynamic completely changes as soon as there's a woman around. And it doesn't matter if the woman's, one of the boys. She's not. She's not. It's like you're never going to have a woman that's one of the boys, because no matter what, there is something you can say with a woman that is going to set her off. And if you don't know what it's going to be, you don't know when it's going to be, you don't know what you can and can't say. There was one of the guys that unfortunately I don't train with anymore because his girlfriend wound up getting upset, and we can't train with them anymore. And she said that like, oh, you're not going to hang out with them anymore, and we haven't seen him since. But she portrayed herself as one of the boys. She portrayed herself as like, oh, I'm one of the cool chicks. I'm one of the chicks that can hang. Oh, I'm a badass. And she loved deadlifting, and she loved squatting, and she could put up weight. I'm not even lying, she could. But there was some range day that we had, and I was just joking around. I didn't think nothing of it. But she showed up, and I was like, oh man, I didn't realize we were bringing vaginas. And she did not think that was funny. Oh man, and that was it. That was the last time that we ever saw them, because I referred to her as a vagina, and I'm just like, I thought you were one of the boys. I thought you were cool. Like, oh, that was it. That was the one. Like, And so that's the issue. And like you can call me sexist, but like that's the issue with like being in like a man's space is that like when you can be super ungodly offensive with the boys, right? Like and women can be super offensive with the women, and there's some jokes that just don't transfer. That I don't know if you ever saw it. There was like this skit that went around, and like all the guys were making fun of this one dude and like how small his dick was, and then a chick piped up and she made fun of his small bulge, and everyone's just like, ah. And it was just awkward, and it was just like as like, and that is the perfect representation of like there's just some jokes that just don't transfer.
Well, and it's the same for women, right? Like women making fun of each other's body, like, hey, you and your fat ass. Well, I don't care if I have a fat ass, but like in general, right? Like body parts, and then when a guy says it, it's like an attack on their identity or
Yup.
something.
Yup. No, there's and I think that not enough people can understand, and not enough people will. Maybe they do understand, but they refuse to admit that men and women are different, and that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, so take me down the rabbit hole. So as again, for everyone who's listening, either in hindsight or on your platform, right? I'm a East European gal. I'm in America for 3 years. America is superior, by the way. I'm from a former communist country. So where did it happen? Because we don't have that at my end of the world, right? So where did it happen? Where people were trying to pretend to be the same? Because they're not.
Oh God, when did equality start in America? Hmm.
Like suffrage.
No, no, like the fake equality of like, oh, men and women are the same. I don't know. I'd have to say probably like the mid 2010s. I'd have to guess because like I don't really remember that being a thing in high school. Like I don't remember that being a thing until after I got out of the army, and it was just like it was somehow we're all the same now and everyone's equal, and I'm just like what? And I vividly remember getting in this, and I realized that like this is it's a stupid place for arguments, but whatever. I remember being on Facebook in like 2016, 2017, and I got in this huge argument with my ex-wife's mom and like a bunch of women that followed me on Facebook, and like it was a lot of older women, and then it was some girls that were that like my ex-wife went to college with, and I was saying that if a woman went out at night naked, that she has a higher chance of being raped. And they freaked out. They freaked out of saying like, "Oh, well, that well, she shouldn't be." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, no, in a perfect society, yeah, no, she shouldn't be. But like this is reality." I'm like,
I hear and I hear this argument all the time. It shouldn't be. Yeah, okay, but for one, where does that it shouldn't be idea come from? Because it's not nature. Because nature is fucking brutal.
no, nature's unfathomably brutal, and it's I don't know. It feels like social media, and I feel like a lot of like colleges as well have like preached, and if I could guess anywhere, it's probably mostly colleges that are preaching, all of this equality and like this is the life that we should live in. This is how things should be, and it's like okay, well, it's not. So I mean, it's awesome to say that it should be like this, and it's awesome to say that things everything should be equal, and that women should be able to go out at night naked, not get raped. But it's like that's not reality though, and it's the same thing as like with the rucks, right? And it's if a woman shows up to an event where you're going to have men that are spaced out, and you might not see somebody for 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time because you've got guys that are astronomically faster and you've got guys that are astronomically slower, and it's like that's not reality. It's not reality to say that you can be everywhere at once. It's not reality to say that cops can be everywhere at once protecting women.
But it's also super infantile perspective, right? The daddy of the rug.
Yep. I think that's just like a point that we've got to in America where no one has the ability or no one wants to have accountability and responsibility over themselves. There's always someone else to blame. There's always something else to blame. And yeah, sure, on social media, I'm consistently blaming a lot of things, but at the same time, at the end of the day, my own success is that's on me, right? Like, I was only able to get this warehouse and fill it full of surplus by actually doing things. I can't just expect someone else to do other things for me unless I'm paying them. Which, hey, Ian, what the fuck's going on with this audio?
What's wrong with the audio now?
It says fix the audio, nerd.
If you want me to do that, we gotta end the stream. I gotta uninstall some shit. Like, I'm aware the audio for her is ass.
Oh, well, I guess they just get to deal with it.
Yeah.
Is there like captions? Is that a thing you can do?
No. You were
No?
asking for technical stuff.
Hey man, I'm just spitballing ideas. All right, I don't know.
What we need to do before every stream.
Hey, look, all 30 of the viewers
is watching you
are,
talk to
are
yourself.
mad. Yeah, they're watching me talk to myself, which I don't. What's the difference between this and any other stream that I'm talking to myself?
None. You look more insane this way.
There's just some random chick with red hair on screen now. And then PNWGuerrilla spelled hilariously bad. Who did you put that up there? Did you rate that gorilla? You work here. How did you manage that? That's so comically bad. Guerrilla. I mean, that is still spelled gorilla. Okay, sorry. Going off on random tangents that don't matter again.
No, I love it. But like you touched a great point. So it's one thing to blame other factors, which might be very valid, but they become irrelevant for your personal life. Like it doesn't matter what the outside, the rich people, the poor people, the big, like in the end, it's like, what are you doing?
No, absolutely. No, and that's I hate like making like posts about that, and I hate talking about like what are you doing in your life and why aren't you working harder and why aren't you, because it feels so like you're an old person that's just like, oh, just lift yourself up by your bootstraps, sonny. Why aren't you guys just need to try harder. You just need to, back in my day, and like in that, because it feels like you're coming at it with that angle. But it is true. It was like, okay, yeah, we're having a hard time now in America. Like it's hard in wider countries right now. It's getting more and more challenging in the European Western first world countries. But hasn't that kind of like all of history? I mean, there's been very small blips of all of history that's been actually like prosperous and good and like fruitful. Like the vast majority of human history is suffering, is pain and suffering. And it's like, okay, yeah, we're being taxed to death and it's only getting worse every single day. Cool. What are you doing about it beyond bitching online? I mean, like, yes, I understand that I too am bitching online, but that's not the only thing that I'm fucking doing. Like yes.
I feel like a big cultural difference is like in the former Soviet places, life is a shit sandwich with perhaps occasionally joy. Whereas in America, y'all seem to have been promised that life is joyful, happy, and should flow with ease, and then you get into reality.
Yep. No, absolutely. And I think that's probably just due to like high schools and colleges and the entire school system in itself, of just we are promised, and we are, like, for the lack of a better phrase, brainwashed in America to think that when you get out of school, that it's just going to be this happy, lovey, prosperous, just sunflowers and rainbows and sunshine and butterflies and cupcakes, and everything's going to be great. And then, even the media is constantly pushing just like love and hugs and kisses and sunflowers and sunshine and blah blah blah. And then you get into real life and you're just like, oh, this is some bullshit. This is some absolute bullshit. And then not only that, but then they're told who to blame, and they're told that oh, it's the Republicans' fault, and oh, it's these people's fault, and oh, it's this people's fault, and oh, it's this people's. What was that? Yeah, no, well, because that's because once again, you always have to have somebody to blame, right? You always have to have someone to blame, and so the left is blaming the right and the right's blaming the left, and then the government, and then they're blaming, I don't know, whoever, makes sense at the time, or they're blaming Qatar for some fucking reason, which I just found out Qatar was even a country like a couple of months ago. I was like, what the fuck does a guitar have to do with fucking anything? Like, I don't like I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is, man. Like I legitimately had no idea Qatar even fucking existed. And like the amount that like the government's just like, oh nope, it's all them. Nope, they got money and they got all this. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen, any one of my government officials go over to a wall in Qatar and fucking, like make out with it. So I mean, maybe it's not Qatar. I don't know. I would say that the American dream still exists. It's just on a harder difficulty.
Legendary all schools on.
The American dream is to. Oh, I don't know. Can I say this? I know what the American dream is. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say the American dream is not living near niggers. Like, that's the American dream.
No.
It's just being as far away from them as possible. And I don't mean black people when I say that, just so we're aware. It's to build a company.
And then sell it to Lockheed.
No, you shut up. You shut up. No, the American dream is to live near people that you want to live, and be as far away from undesirable people that fucking hate you. It's to live somewhere that's prosperous. It's to live somewhere where you feel like your children can go out at night without being fucking stabbed in the neck. I mean, like, to me, that's what the American dream is.
Right. So so I would love to discuss this, because for me the American dream is that you get to surpass and outgrow the financial class that you were born in.
Ooh, I like that one as well. Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know, like, also, like, being able to, pass something down to your children, actually tangibly give them, something that's going to help them out in their lives, give them land, give them a home, give them more than just, I don't know, debt. Being able to, I mean, we could even go to the, the entire thing of, man, what was that? I'm drawing a blank on the quote, but it was along the lines of planting the seed for a tree that you will never be able to appreciate its shade. And that's, it's not that I don't want to live a better life. Absolutely, I want to live a better life. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be just about me, right? Like, at the end of the day, it should be, am I making my family better? Am I making my community better? Am I making my tribe better? Am I making the country and the nation better? Even if things are getting astronomically worse, and I think that things are going to get astronomically worse. And I know that a lot of people right now are just like, oh, we need violence, we need violence, we need violence, we need violence. And, maybe they're right. I don't know. Maybe I'm a pussy and maybe I'm a bitch for just trying to sell surplus instead of going out in the streets and just fucking, going all Wild West. I don't know. I'm not gonna say.
Nothing like that. No. I just want to push back. Like, how can you tell me that it's harder in the easiest time and most prosperous time alive than to make the American dream happen? Like, we live in the safest
Yep.
And I mean, filthy rich. The bar for success of any kind is so low. You don't even have to excel. You just have to show up at this point.
Well, I mean, did you see that that one guy that was posting all over Twitter today, and he was saying that he makes 30 grand a month off of a AI girlfriend that he created for Instagram, and it's just like, and that's all you got to fucking do now. Like that's it. It's like it's that easy. You just don't have to have fucking morals, and you just got to create an AI girlfriend.
Well, not even, we could go down the moral route. But I live in the middle of nowhere, right? Like 85 people in town. I can't see
Based.
anything, okay? And to find a clean lady, like, impossible. There's two people, and one only shows up one every other month, even though I book her 8 times a month. And, like, I'm just happy that she shows up. Once a month. Just have, so, can you imagine actually showing up 8 times a month? All our success.
Yeah, no, well, I guess I can't hate too much because I probably like actually work maybe 2 days a week. But like, okay, no, let me dial it back. I go to my warehouse 2 days. I go to my warehouse 2 days a week. I'm doing way more than that because I'm
Work is a strong term.
work is a strong term. Yeah, no. So okay, like could you count this as working right now? Like I don't know. It depends on, like if we're like going for like the 9 to 5, if you're constituting that as like that's the only work, but like I'm making money every day. Like I'm marketing every day, so it's like I'm in my constant as an entrepreneur, right? I'm like I'm always grinding. I'm always working, bro. The grind never stops. I wake up at 03, post an ad, which I've done. Oh man, am I supposed to be?
You build a business where your branding is part of, your personality is part of your branding.
No, absolutely.
Well, this might be easy. The build up to this is not easy because if that would be the case, everyone who would show up to make on Instagram would be super rich. That's not the case. So there's more to that to get to a point where you are right now.
Well, I mean, like, to get here though, I mean, there was a lot that I had to fucking do to get here. And it sounds like it sounds and it feels superficial of being like, "Oh, I worked so fucking hard to get here. I worked my fucking ass off to be," but I did. Like unironically, I did. And for at this point, like 90% of this entirety of the company, it was just me in a warehouse by myself going back and forth between making a post and packaging orders and making a post and then sprinting off to go figure out where the fuck I put XYZ thing, and then I have to go and then I fucked up that order, and then like I actually did have a couple of panic attacks, well, no, I had 2, but still. And panic attack? I don't, where you like drop the floor and you're like hyperventilating and shit. That. Yeah, I don't know what the exact classification. I did not have fun at a couple of points in this company. And you know what? Yeah, it does. It takes a lot of effort. And I think that a lot of people just aren't, I don't know, they're not willing to try. People are they're not willing to fail. There was someone that I was talking to, I don't know who the hell it was. And they had a smaller page on Twitter. You're bigger on Instagram than you are on Twitter, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, Facebook is my biggest platform, actually.
What? That's so random. How many followers do you have on Instagram?
Just like 6,000. But I'm
Just. That's how many followers my backup account on Twitter is now, which I'm having way too much fun with my backup account on Twitter.
But this is the thing, right? Like I don't talk about my work on Twitter. That's my politics, guns, and kind of like personal life. Whereas
Oh wait, that makes sense.
I'm a money coach and a business coach, so that's like Facebook and Instagram are my go-to for that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I guess Twitter is because Twitter's a lot of people don't use Twitter for business. Like a lot of people do not use Twitter for business, and I don't know why. Like it's so, and it almost feels like, and there are quite a bit of business accounts on Twitter, but it almost feels like I have like this like I don't know like niche on the market. The amount of people in my chat that are like complaining that they can't hear you, which is funny because you would think that they would just like look into the other things saying that they only scammers use Twitter. Well, I wouldn't say that I'm a scam. Some people have called me a scammer, but I wouldn't say that I'm a scammer because I actually send things.
Twitter is a huge market for fairly niche companies and businesses.
Yeah. No, I could.
Whereas Instagram and Facebook is really wide.
It's just like I have an Instagram now, but like Ian, how many followers do we have on Instagram? Like 1,000,
1,500,
1,500. Ooh.
maybe 1,400.
No, every time I get a large account going on Instagram, I just get deleted.
It keeps crashing.
I swear, I've gotten like 10 accounts now on Instagram to over 10,000 followers, and they just get deleted.
I'm trying, but
Instagram just fucking hates me, man. God, Instagram hates me.
Instagram because it's you. For one, you promote fit, but your firearms. Instagram is very anti-firearms.
Well, there's other accounts on okay. We don't have to make this whole stream about Instagram. It doesn't matter, but Instagram drives me insane. Meta drives me insane.
Let's go back to the entrepreneur talk though. So yes, you're now working, and we can use air quotes. But what people are not seeing when you were grinding, people have this incorrect perspective about grinding. They think it's like Rocky Balboa,
Yep.
but that's not the grinding for entrepreneurs is being able to hold the tension of the risk. If you don't know if you can feed your family, if you don't know if you can pay your bills and still fucking showing up day after day after day after day after day. That's what the grind is.
Well, I mean, so like, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, but like, I didn't actually start collecting a paycheck with my company until this year. Yeah, like so, and like, I've had quite a few people think that I'm like this just like super rich guy, and like I have like all this money, and I'm like, dog, I really don't have as much as you think. Like I'm decently well off. I'm not gonna say that I'm like doing bad in life. Like I would say I'm doing pretty well in life. I'm not like rich. I'm not poor. If there is a constitute of like a middle class, I would guess I'd say I'm middle class. I don't even know if there is a middle class anymore.
Statistically, so I believe that statistically middle class starts at 70K annually up until 250K.
What's after 250? Is that rich?
Then you get rich after 250.
All right, that's the goal. That's the goal. 250 a year. Trying to get rich. Am I gonna get there? I don't know. Well, barley. Seriously, we can't hear her. I know, guys. Do you guys want like in the here? That instantly didn't work. See, we tried. Ian gave up on giving her audio, so you guys.
The only way I can fix it is restart everything.
Huh?
The only way I can fix it is restart everything. And I'd be like 15.
He says we got to restart everything to try to give audio.
We can do another live stream.
Hey, this is our practice run.
It is.
Hilarious.
I have a fix for it. It will 100% fix everything, but like.
I still think it's funny.
Me too.
Okay, sorry. Back to what we were last saying. Middle class. Yeah. I think it's crazy that the middle class just keeps, like, the bracket just keeps changing more and more and more. I mean, like, the fact that somebody can make, 60 grand a year and now be considered to be in poverty, like, that's wild.
I think the context, like I think the context matters so much because I've had this conversation previously. Like my house in Montana cost me 5K a month, whereas the house here, where I'm in the middle of nowhere, you can get every house for 1K a month, right?
Really?
Completely.
That's because you're in. It's because you're in fucking California.
Yeah, but I'm like in the middle of nowhere, California. Like, we are not even red. We are the state of Jefferson. Where Jefferson is the government. They've been trying to become a separate state. I don't know what it was.
Oh no, I know that there's some good pockets down in California. I know that's not like all terrible.
It's most. When I came here, I was like, I can't. Like, I used to always feel fucked out. I come from a communist country, and I'm gonna go to California.
But it's still better though, right?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So much luxury here. Any day, every day. But just the cities are shit here. The rest is all red.
See, and that's like the same thing in Washington. Like so many people think that like Washington is just like this awful hellscape. And I'm like, no, Washington, like the country of Washington's kind of fucking awesome. Like and like the amount of people online and the amount of people that I get like in my comments that are saying that, you know, oh, you're behind enemy lines and you need to leave and you need to move and it, oh man, it's so over there and oh, you guys got to pay so much taxes. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter how bad taxes get. It doesn't matter how bad like everything. It's like the country is still the country, and the country's still just unbelievably amazing. And even at that, like for the most part, you know, like a lot of sheriffs and a lot of the country, like law enforcement, they're really not fucking with us. They're really not. Like the only thing that you really have to worry about is just getting like, and I think that's another thing that as things get worse, you know, they're just going to send you things in the mail, and they're just going to send you, oh, you owe us this in the mail, and that's almost something that I was thinking about this other day of like, you know, tyranny in like the modern age, you know, tyranny is the fucking mailman. Like tyranny is like it's brought to you by the hands of the fucking mailman. Because like it's like we're always like we say that like we're worried about law enforcement, worried about the feds, and we're worried about this, worried about that. And it's like, okay, well, who's actually bringing you, you know, like the you owe us this? It's the fucking mailman. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy.
Pardon brother, your local postal worker.
I'm not going that direction, like no, but it's like, you know, the tyranny is brought to you by the hands of the mailman and your fucking emails and your cell phone. You know, I'm like, it's
not even men with guns, men with computers and desktops.
Yeah, no, the men's with computers and desktops and the ability to fucking print out, you know, you owe us this amount. You know, that's what's now killing you. It's so easy to control so many people now, and you just have to have like this background threat of like maybe violence. And like they don't even have to use the fucking violence.
They can steal it from you. They just take it out of your bank account.
Potential violence isn't even necessary because we have gotten so weak in the West that things make people nervous or scared that aren't even real violence. Right? People are afraid of words, of shame.
Oh my goodness, it's insane. People are so much more afraid of words. Words are violence, and this whole thing that like words are worse than actual violence, and like
Always said by people who have never experienced violence.
the amount of people that have never been punched in the face, the amount of people. The amount of people that have never like even wrestled with, you know, their friends and never been punched in the face by a friend, you know, and then you look at them and like, okay, well, these are the exact same people that are freaking out and are worried about guns, and it's like, okay, well, you have no experience with violence at all.
I always joke that you know our ancestors like they actually pillaged, fought, got attacked, and then the people nowadays are afraid to actually wage war.
Yep.
They call it
Menu
menu anxiety.
anxiety.
Yeah, like you order to a stranger.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Ian, we're being told we have boomer tech.
Does that mean I own a house?
Schizo rant. I'm just I'm just talking to myself.
I own a house now? We have boomer tech?
I mean, you know what? I'm not even an hour stream. That's not even terrible. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Good test stream for the first one. What?
I know the problem. I can fix it.
Oh, you know the problem?
Yeah. I guess that's
Okay. It was a good test stream then. Okay.
Hello, everyone listening. This is PNW. Allegedly, his name is Alex. I'm not completely sure about that.
Allegedly.
But we'll just have to take his word for it. He's fucking epic on the Twitter, and on the YouTube. I'll link everywhere below. He has wild opinions. If you listen to me, you're gonna like him too because I have big opinions and he has big opinions. You don't have to make shit up. You can just hate us for the things we say and do in general.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't have to make this up. We're very hateable, but we're even more lovable. You are such a wholesome account.
Thank you.
I've seen men grow around you and not pull themselves up by bootstraps, even though they did, but like have hope for life again.
So I actually, to go off on a random tangent, my accountant I actually hired through Twitter, and you know her. I'm not gonna tell her. I'm not gonna say who it is, but you know who it is. And yeah, there was something that she was saying a couple of months ago. She was saying that she's seen me say so many takes, but she's never seen me actually be like unnecessarily rude to a woman. And it was like, and she was saying that like she's seen so many of these vet bros and so many of these like supposedly like protector veteran accounts that are just absolute just awful people, and also like in the background in DMs and that are just like terrible people. And I was like, yeah, no, man, I'm just like, for the most part, once you get to know me, we're probably going to be okay. And most people just don't want to take that time to get to know somebody, and they're just going to believe rumors. But yeah.
Look, so everyone follow,
Go on a run about it.
The best thing you can do is go on a run about it. If you ever feel offended, the best thing you can do is go on a run about it, or if y'all do burpees for you, which is like very hard.
God, I hate burpees. I hate burpees so much.
I have a t-shirt. Fuck burpees.
I've got a sticker somewhere around here.
Right, there we go. So you have your run come up. The ruck come up.
Yeah, November 15th, if you guys want to come ruck with me. November 15th. All right. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say. And my chat's still... yeah, good test run. My chat's still freaking out, which is hilarious.
See y'all online.
Yes, ma'am. I need to get better at sign-offs.